To navigate to Google Sheets, we can either get to it from our Sites page, or we can go to sheets.google.com, and at that point you'll just have to sign into your account. And what we want to do is we want to click on blank, and then once we get in here, we're going to title our spreadsheet Grade 6 Budget. And then what we're going to want to do is we're going to start wanting to put some information in down below. So each of these down here are different cells. So what we're going to want to do is put in some different things in order to allow us to start to create our own budget and manage our budget by adding different formulas in. So I'm going to do item here, so that's where I'm going to put my item. I'm going to do link URL. Then I'm going to do the price per, the quantity, so how many of them I'm actually buying, and then the total cost. Now, of course, you can always go through if you know that some sections are going to be larger than others, and just put your mouse in between two columns and drag out in order to rearrange into whatever size you want. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put in over here that my budget is going to be $1,000, and I put this into two different cells for a reason. I'll show you that momentarily. And then just because some of these lines in between here can sometimes be hard to see, I'm also going to add a border around this, and then I'm going to add borders over here as well. So I'm going to add in some different borders over here. Alright, so now what I can do is I can actually go and start to find my first item. So let's say, for example, that maybe I want to build a computer. So one of the first things that I might want is I might want to buy alright, actually popped up right here, perfect. So let's say I want to buy a computer mouse, a gaming mouse. Okay, so what I can do is I'm going to copy the link. So I'm going to just click up there, and you notice I just highlighted it. If it doesn't highlight all of it, I can hit Control A and then just right click and copy, or hit Control C to copy. And I'm going to come back over here. So my item is a gaming mouse. I'm going to paste my link right in. Now, one thing you'll notice is that this link is way longer than the space I have here, and I don't really want to have to drag this all the way out over here to fit my link in. So what I'm going to do is click in that cell, go to Format, and then Text Wrapping, and we're going to click on Clip. So it's actually going to shorten it to fit in here. So this whole link is still there, it just doesn't show any further than that. So now the price here was $11.99. And let's say that I want to buy two of them, just in case one of them breaks. Okay. So now instead of going through and trying to calculate the cost for every single item, we're going to use a formula. So a formula is going to allow us to automatically calculate some different things within our spreadsheet. So what I'm going to do is within here, having the cell selected, I'm going to go up here to where I can put a formula in. I'm going to do an equal sign. And then what I want to do is I want to find the two cells that I want to multiply together to figure out the total cost. So you'll see up top that we have different letters, and then over here we have different numbers. So this is in C2, and you'll notice that if I click on it after I put an equal sign, it actually just automatically puts that cell right in there. And then what I want to do is an asterisk. So I would hold down Shift and hit 8, so that would be what we would use for multiplication. And then I want to click on D2, or I could just type D2 right in and then hit Enter. And you'll notice that it automatically calculated my cost for that item. So now what I can do is, instead of having to go through and do that for every single cell that I want, I can right click and copy on that cell, and then click down the cell right underneath it and drag down for as many cells as I want to have that formula for. And I'm going to go up here to Edit, and then Paste Special, and then what I would do is Paste Formula Only. So this is going to automatically just go in and calculate these formulas as I find new things. So let's say maybe the next thing that I want is a monitor. So now let's say that I decide to get this monitor here. It is $99.99, so I'm going to do 21.5 inch monitor. I'm going to put my link in, and again, same thing. I can go through and format, text wrapping, and then clip. This was $99.99. Again, I want 2 of them, and again, you'll notice as I do that, because I already pasted my formula in before for all these cells, it just automatically calculates it. Now, the other thing that we're going to want to do down below here somewhere is we're going to want to put in our amount spent as well as the amount of money that we have left also. So I'm going to do these right here. Again, I'm going to put a border around them. And now I need to add in some different formulas for these sections. So for the amount spent, what I can actually do is go up here where there's a whole bunch of different formulas that are listed. I can even go into more functions and it will actually show all of them on a different sheet. I mean, you can just see there's hundreds of different formulas we can choose from. But one of the most common ones is just a sum. So it's just going to add up whatever cells are given. So I'm going to do sum and then click on my first cost one here and drag all the way down to the bottom, and then just hit enter, and you'll see that it's now added those 2 items together. And as I add new things, again, it will just automatically update. So let's say maybe I decide that I want 3 of these instead. You'll notice that this updated as well as this here. And then the last one that we're going to do here for the amount left, again, we're going to put in an equal sign. We're not going to use any formula for here because we can just type in a minus sign for this one. So I'm going to find my cell for my budget here. So this would be H3. And again, you can just click on it if you want. And then minus. And then I want to do the amount spent. So I'm going to do E22 and again hit enter. And now you can see that it shows me how much money I have left. Now you'll also notice that it didn't add on the cents at the end. So what you can do is here, if I click in this, I can go to format and then number, and then I can go down to currency, and it's going to automatically make sure that that's added on. And I can go through and do that for all of these, just highlight them and change all of them if I want as well. Now, as you're going through and working on this, the other thing that you can do also is you can kind of format different things. So maybe here I want these to stand out. So I can change my actual background color here. Maybe I want this to be a really dark color, and then I can change my font, my text to be white here so that this kind of stands out over everything else. And you can go in and change those up however you want. Sometimes I like to kind of like my headers here. I can change these to like a little bit of a darker gray. You can highlight certain things. You can even, there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can go through and do for all these different slides.